It's now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazaway. Let's talk some sports.
It's going to be a fun show this Friday. The Detroit Lions, Honolulu Blue and Silver, they get it done exactly like I told you they would. But it's not about me, it's about my co-host for the day. Terry Foss, how you doing over there?
No, it's about you because I thought it was going to be a tight game. So I don't know what's happening.
How you doing, T. Foss?
I'm doing well.
Wonderful to have you. I love the red hat, man. Explain the red hat because that thing is smooth.
I was supposed to go to an art show last night before the game, and so I wanted to wear something bright.
Arty?
Artsy, right. Because
Yeah.
a friend of ours has become an artist, and so he was selling some of his paintings, but the wife wasn't feeling really well, so we didn't go. So we just stayed at home. That allowed me to be in time for the pregame show.
Well, you know what? We're glad you came in that red and black hat. We love it. It's swaggy. It's got that energy. Tom Mazaway, I say good day to you, brother.
Oh, great day. I was at the bowling alley last night. The place was, all they were doing is paying attention to the Lions, and it was phenomenal. Great stuff, and the guys killed it here at Woodward Sports with the watch party, the pregame, the postgame. All you people in the chat kept it going all the way past midnight. So, great day, man. Lions are 3-1, and when you look at that game last night, you're like, what the hell am I watching? This can't be our team. That's what we were all saying.
I have a term called mollywop.
Oh, no. There is somebody that knew what we were going to be watching last night.
I hate when people pat themselves on the back.
No. Terry Foster, it gets worse than that. You weren't here yesterday. You didn't get a chance to see myself, Ryan, and Maz, our pick segment about the game. Mm-hmm. So you know what we did for you? We'll go back in time. Parker, play the video yesterday, the pick segment.
So Lions-Packers tonight, Ryan. Let's go.
I got the Lions. I think it's going to be a two-score game. I'll go 28-14. It'll be fairly easy.
What do you got?
Lions going to handle them. Look, I'm telling you, like the Lions are a much better team, and I understand that they have good players. Lions are a better team. I think you see it tonight. I got the Lions 31. What did I say? 35. I said 35-21.
Oh, yeah.
35-21.
This is Thursday night. It's ugly. Lions 23. Packers 13. 23-13 on an ugly Thursday night.
That actually sounds good.
Lions winning, and they're
score.
all white tonight at Lambeau. Again.
The moral of the story is Ryan Ermanni and I both had the Lions winning by 2 touchdowns, and yesterday they won by more than 2 touchdowns. It was an ass whooping, and we talked about it before the show, before the game yesterday. Look, this Packers team isn't good. You cannot go out there and lose to this Green Bay Packers after everything that you told me the Detroit Lions are supposed to be, after how well they played last week against Atlanta, a team that's still 2-1. I just knew that they had to do it, and they did it. They went out there and they proved it, and they did it with defense, they did it with effort, they did it with energy, and it was all around. It was very infectious. Terry Foster.
And I hate to bring up that 4-letter word, but they also won it with grit.
Yes, sir.
Because, I mean, sometimes you lose, you get beat in a football game. Man, they got beat up. Green Bay got beat up yesterday.
Got beat down.
Right. So you don't see that very often in the NFL. You see it, okay, they beat them by 10 or 20 points or something, but, man, they just kicked their ass
They embarrassed
last
them.
night.
The first half was an embarrassment.
Oh, speaking of first half embarrassment, the coach of the Green Bay Packers, Matt LaFleur, he talked about that very thing. Let's look at Matt LaFleur talking about that first half embarrassment in last night's loss.
I mean, you saw it, Pete. I mean, we got our ass kicked. If I knew, it wouldn't have happened.
If they didn't blitz until
That's a BS question, man.
That guy was definitely upset at how bad his team played. And shout out to the question. That was Pete Doherty, who we had on the show yesterday for beat writer for the Green Bay Packers. Tom Mazaway, we talked about the defense, and we'll get to the offense, and we'll get to everything. But this defense has become the staple of the Detroit Lions. And what do we talk about looking at that list? Stop looking at 7-1 as a number for the Lions and look at who they play against. They were a much better team than Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers yesterday.
They were. And we said they were going to chase Jordan Love around. They got him 5 times. Could have got him a couple more times. A couple times defensive breakdowns. like on that Jordan Love touchdown run, the whole middle of the field was open. But, you're going to have a breakdown here and there. The injuries again. Brian Branch goes down. Man, my heart was in my stomach.
What about the good stuff?
I know.
We're supposed to be talking about the good stuff.
I know. I'm just saying. They got to stay healthy, God. And then Derek Barnes goes down late in the
Maz,
game.
would you stop talking about injuries? We're talking about the Lions.
Yeah,
they beat the hell out of the Green Bay.
NFL.
The Lions beat the hell out of the Green Bay Packers last night. About the defense. We talked about them trying to get to the quarterback after the Seattle game. That was the big thing in Detroit. It was like, these guys can't get to the quarterback. They were playing backup tackles, a backup center. Ever since it's become a staple from Aaron Glenn going into that Falcons game, they've come away, Terry Foster, with 11.5 sacks in the last 2 games. Talk about the intention of Aaron Glenn's defense.
Well, I'll tell you what has been a key is the defensive line. We always thought that it was a strength. They finally put my man Bugs in, which I question. Why didn't you play him?
What was up with that?
I have no
we
idea.
Still
what was
don't
up with
know. We still don't know.
Well, it was the film. That's baloney. You don't look at film during practice and say a guy who's already contributed can't play this season.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake on their part, and they're gonna they rectified it, and it took a while. And that's what you got. That's why you got to appreciate, I think, Parker and JB, his tweet. Maz, remember his tweet after he didn't play the first week? He said, just remember, situations change.
Yep.
Things change. And it was very cryptic, and we were kind of like, oh, man, is he trying to talk about the management? Is he talking about changing teams? He was talking about his position in general.
Right.
He said, I won't be in this position for long. Now that I look at what he did and we heard about his speech that he gave before the team to the defense, I mean, they just lit it up, and Aiden Hutchinson is playing well. Dan Campbell here, you want a stat for this? This is Dan Campbell, who got to the Detroit Lions in 2006 and played to 2008. You don't think Dan Campbell was fired up after winning in Green Bay twice? 9-17. First time he played at Lambeau Field, Dan Campbell. 13-34. The second time he played at Lambeau Field, Green Bay again. And 21-31. The third time he played at Lambeau Field. Let's listen up to DC and how excited he was to get his back-to-back win at Lambeau Field.
All right, that was outstanding. That was a fun one for the guys, and it was a total team effort. And it's easy to go through here, and it's actually not easy to go through here and start picking out individual players. There's a ton of guys that played really well, but I didn't realize this, but that was David Montgomery's first time to get a win against the Packers, so that's pretty impressive. And 3 touchdowns. First time that we've had a Lions running back that's gotten that here at Lambeau, so that's pretty impressive.
And that was Dan Campbell talking about the players that made plays in the game, and we can actually come back to that. I really want you to get the energy that is Dan Campbell after winning the Lambeau Field. I really want you to go inside the locker room. So, Parker, let's throw the locker room video up of Dan Campbell after the game yesterday.
You guys went and earned that win. Everything about it, man. That's one. That's 2 in a row, and it's a conference win, gentlemen. Great. We're 3-1 at the quarter. Man, the sky's the limit. We keep playing defense the way we're playing. And we control the game on offense. We control the game on offense. We can do whatever we want to do, man, but we can never lose this. We can never lose this. It is a team ball. Who said that? Oh. Team ball. There ain't no doubt.
Let's go.
That's an outstanding win, man. I'm so proud of you guys. That's one, man. That is one division win. You guys get your rest. Enjoy this break. You fucking earned it. And then we move on and we get ready for Carolina after this.
Oh, yeah. Hey, how about that fucking defense today, boys? Hey, keep doing this. It's just a start. Keep fucking doing this. Know who the fuck we are. Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Woo! When you got Jared Goff dropping F-bombs, and I appreciate that, JB. I needed Ric Flair, not myself. When you have Jared Goff dropping F-bombs, you don't think Dan Campbell wasn't excited? He wasn't thinking about his days of being a Green Bay Packer? They have dominated. And let's take this second, Maz. Let's shed some light on Dan Campbell. Like this time last year, he was going on to be 1-6. He's thinking about getting fired. Everybody was thinking about that kneecap stuff is wearing off. There's no energy and excitement anymore. We hired the wrong guy. In the last 14 games, Dan Campbell is 11-3. He's won on prime time 3 times in a row. He's 4-0 against the Green Bay Packers right now. And if you look at his record going into last year against anybody else in the NFL, it's better than the 49ers. It's just behind the Kansas City Chiefs at 11-3. They sit 11-2, and the 49ers are 12-0, dating back to last year. These are the guys that were in the Super Bowl. 49ers 3 years ago in the Super Bowl. Chiefs, they're Super Bowl champs. Bengals 2 years ago. Eagles last season. Dan Campbell has these guys rolling.
He's no longer just a yard barker.
Yeah.
You know, before that he was the carnival guy, screaming and hollering and stuff. But now he's a real coach. And he's a coach that those players believe in. Yeah. And one thing I wonder about Dan Campbell until this season, is he a guy that makes all his mistakes early in the season, which I think he did with Bugs.
Good call.
Does he correct it at the end of the season as a better coach in the second half of the year? If that's the case, then this year could just be phenomenal because he's getting wins along with overcoming his mistakes this year.
Yeah, 100%. I see one of the biggest things about what he's done so far this season. We knew he's the gambler. He's the guy that goes for it. He went for it at game 1. It worked for him. Game 2, went for it once and got it. Went for it again, didn't go. It second-guessed himself in game 3. Seems like he's gotten a little bit more, and I don't want to call it conservative. Man, people are calling his new gameplay conservative, if you will. You know what I call it, with the exception? You know what? Let me take a step back. Let's get these bad plays out the way now so we don't have to talk about them because the Lions win was so dominant. But there's 4 things I'll mention, and I know this guy is going to bring them up. We're going to get these out the way right now. Jared Goff, thing 1, you got to stop turning the ball over in primetime situation. When you go and play on the road, you know what you want to do when you get the ball? Ice the crowd. Take the crowd out of it. Throwing a pick, that's not how you start the game. And considering those are 3 picks in a row in 3 major spots. Let's get rid of that. Not running the ball on that first field goal. He should have been way more aggressive. I thought they got a little too cute, start passing the ball. Should have ran the ball like they did the next time and got the touchdown. Don't do that again. Walt Harris, he is the last remnant, in my opinion, of the 3-13-1 Lions. We got to get you in better space from time. Like every time Walt Williams is out of space. And for Jahmyr Gibbs to be 12th pick overall, I need to see him implemented more in the passing and running game where he looks more comfortable. Now that we got that out the way, the rest is all smooth sailing from here. Dan Campbell and how he's coaching these guys and how he's done it, Coach of the year early on right now, man. Him and McDaniel.
They're doing great, man. I was proud of them last night. Like I said, the whole bowling alley was just screaming. And usually you're just screaming for a guy throwing 3, 4, 5 in a row. No, this was a different kind of screaming. Yeah. Everyone is involved in the Lions. You know who else is involved in the Lions? It's our good friends at Booter and Broder.
There
Woodward
we go.
Sports expanded its daily lineup. You know the deal. Booter and Broder is now on Woodward nights, 8 to 10, Monday through Friday, for the hottest takes and the best entertainment. Join them every night at 8 to 10. Booter and Broder, catch them on the Woodward Sports YouTube network.
This is going to be a loaded show. We got a lot more for you guys when we come back from the break. Parker has a question that he wants to ask, so we're going to let him ask that question. But let's get this out the way now. Yesterday, I stopped by my good friend at Pro Sports Zone, Laura Mall, my man John Yu. Picked up some Lions merch. I had to get ready. You know, I got to get my Honolulu blue. I knew I was going to see T-Foss. I got to get the blue Kool-Aid popping. Got a jersey. I wanted a Brian Brent's jersey, but I got an Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey. So you know what I figured I'd do today? We're going to have a contest, and the winner gets to go home with a brand new Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey. Woo. Got it yesterday. This is the guy for the Detroit Lions right now. We'll safely place it right there. And the question you have to answer. You guys ready?
You're not going to give it yet.
No, man. I'm going to look. Are you guys ready?
Medium jersey, though.
It's not medium. It's extra large. It's extra large. Come on, I'm a grown man out here. The question you'll have to ask, we'll get it for you later. But first, a message from Mark White.
When buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty at all? That is exactly what Mark White and Associates is offering. It's called their minute-by-minute listing agreement by Mark White and Associates. Try Mark White's risk-free minute-to-minute listing agreement today. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. That number again, 248-290-8242. MarkWhiteSells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy Warren, I want to welcome you to the brand new Field House. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Dispo, your local plug, now open to midnight in Romeo. Look, 21 and up, you got to be best cannabis. And the best ways to consume your cannabis, they are your local plug, whether it's Hazel Park, whether it's Whitmore Lake, whether it's Romeo. They have 12 locations around the state, and they show love, whether it's Hyman, whether it's Runts, whether it's oil, whether it's cannabis, whether it's flower. They got it for you. Actually, it's supposed to be cannabis. We'll see you with that Dispo, your local plug.
It's pretty cool. We got a fan base. I mean, we got, you know, it's what you always think of, man, a player and a coach, you go on the road, man, no matter where I've been, you know, the Steelers, the Raiders, all these teams that have these and man, you're starting to notice it. It's like, oh, okay, here we go, man. To your point, we go out to Arrowhead, there's a big fan base. We come out here, man, I was, you know, and we remember last year, but you look and you see them, and once again, early in the fourth, late third, you can start hearing them. And they're overpowering the stadium. So it's awesome. It's awesome. You feel like there's a little piece of home no matter where you go.
Dan Campbell just seems like a big kid in the candy store, just reminiscing, just thinking about the love that he saw at Lambeau Field, the love that he's seen now. 2 away, big games in a row. They've been in Kansas City on the road week 1, and then they come back to win at Lambeau Field. The Lions fans, man, they've been through a lot. T-Falls, you've been a journalism in this city for 3 decades or more, talking about the Lions, talking about the woes, the miseries, the ups. The Lions have bought into Dan Campbell way early than just now, and I think they might have done the right thing looking at what I'm saying out of D.C. and these Lions.
Yeah, we were talking about the fans. For years, I felt sorry for Lion fans.
I did too. I never cheered for the Lions.
But the thing is they were always like Lucy with the football, removing the football. But they always believed that next year was going to be better. Always believed that. And then they would get disappointed again, and they said, well, next year we're going to do it. And it never happened. So that's why Lion fans are making trips to Green Bay, and I'm sure they'll try to fill Soldier Field, which they'll go with the stupid Bear fans and probably get their asses kicked. I'm talking about in the stands.
Right.
But the last time I saw anything like this was when the Red Wings were rolling, when Steve Eiserman was playing and Shanny, and they were winning the cups. When you go on the road,
D-Mac.
it was D-Mac. There was a whole lot of Red Wing fans there, and then there'd always be Tiger fans and a few Lion fans at road games, but nothing like this.
Yeah, Maz, it seems like the difference with the Detroit Lions as it relates to the same old Lions or these new Lions, the B&L Lions, is closing games. The big thing with the Detroit Lions, my stepfather, shout out to CP, says it all. What does he always say? The Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions lost.
Another exciting Detroit Lions loss, which means they were always in the game, but they couldn't do what? They couldn't finish.
Yeah.
But now look at them again in Arrowhead against the Kansas City Chiefs. They closed on offense. They end the game on offense, and they stopped them on defense to get to offense.
Could have done it in Seattle, too.
Could have done it in Seattle, but they didn't. But what did they do last week? They ran them up. This week, what did they do?
Took the lead.
And then what happened in the fourth quarter at the end? They didn't give the ball. Kept running the ball, and they get in the end zone. They give D. Montgomery his 3rd touchdown, 121 yards. Talk about what David Montgomery does to his Lions offense and his team. They seem like a different team, Tom.
Oh, my God. He's running great and really superb, actually. 144?
121 yards, 141 total.
141 total yards, 3 touchdowns. Do you know he has 5 touchdowns this year? The Chicago Bears, as a team, have 5 touchdowns.
How?
How do you think that feels?
That seems like a bit much for them.
David Montgomery 5, the Bears 5. I want to go back to the fans.
Okay.
Twice now on national television.
Showed out.
In 2 places that don't really allow the other fans to come into it. Green Bay, Lambeau Field, that's usually a lockdown crowd. You can't get in that stadium as a visiting player, as a visiting fan. Kansas City, Arrowhead, same thing. So much blue. So here's Penei Sewell walking off the field last night, just looking around and saying, this is like home.
Man, this is all the blue. It's for Bill. Man, this is all the blue. It's for Bill.
Field, he says. This is Ford Field. And did you see the post game last night on Amazon? First of all, it's horrible.
Oh my God!
They are a horrible network. Horrible.
Did you see?
It can't be worse.
Did you see Fitzpatrick and Jared Goff cracked the joke? He was like, not bad for.
He called him a Matt Ryan. He said he's a Matt Ryan light. So Jared Goff heard about that. So he's like, yeah, not bad for being a Matt Ryan light, right? And then Fitzpatrick buried his head. They're idiots, first of all. But
I agree.
But the Lion fans around that, you couldn't even hear them talk, thankfully. You couldn't hear them talk much because the Lion fans were drowning them out. It was unbelievable. That's at Lambeau Field, man. Hats off to you guys. Hats off to the Crack Man and the Hot Top Gang and for everyone, all the Youpers and Lalogs out there, all the people that represent the Lion fans. God bless you guys.
One of the big things we talked about yesterday, T. Foss, is, at least for me, my thing was, you're not supposed to be tops in this division, correct? You're supposed to be the big dog on the block. You're supposed to be bullying Minnesota, Green Bay, and Chicago, especially Green Bay and Chicago. Look at what Green Bay used to do to the Lions when they were bad. I'm going to read you some games. These were in Green Bay. These were 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, just round them up, whatever. At Green Bay Lions, 9-17. At Green Bay Lions, 13-34. At Green Bay. There's a ton of games in here that are no less than 15 or more losses. It's 15-plus wins when they were Green Bay for a long stretch of time. So that was my big thing for the Lions. You got to win when you're on top and dominate. Talk about how the Lions dominate and why now. I believe, I could be wrong, they're the big kid on the block.
Yeah, and it goes back to the organization.
Shout out to the middle finger, though.
One of the things that I used to argue with fans about why the Lions were so bad is because the organization was bad. And they said, well, they're not out there playing. Yeah, but they're selecting who's leading those players. They're deciding on who's going to select the players who are going to represent the Lions, and they've done a piss-poor job. Now, the organization's in place. The coaching staff has got players believing, and they've got players who may not be the best players in the National Football League, but they fit. I think one of the mistakes I always used to hear Martin Mayhew said, who are you going to draft? I'm going to draft the best available player. He always said. Then he would draft the worst available player. I think in a lot of cases, yes, you do want to get the best players, but you also have to look at an NFL roster as a jigsaw puzzle. You want to make sure that the pieces fit. So, because a lot of times in football, the teams with the better talent does not win.
Yeah, you want to make sure the pieces fit. And one of the pieces that seems to be fitting right now, look, he's out of place sometimes, but the guy just makes plays. Jerry Jacobs had 2 interceptions yesterday. He's a guy that just fits the Detroit Lions scheme. And here's Dan Campbell talking about Jerry Jacobs last night.
It was outstanding, man. Jerry got us the takeaways today. And, look, that's 2 weeks in a row. He's playing pretty good, And, he had a little bit of a rough one, Seattle. Every player does. But he's bounced back, and that's what we all expected from Jerry. He's a competitor. And it means something to him. He works at it. He works extremely hard. And he is competitive. So I thought it was great, to be able to get 2 of those.
And thank you, DetroitLions.com. We appreciate that. That's Dan Campbell and Jerry Jacobs. He's a guy to fit. He's a guy that's been playing good ball. Dan Campbell's been very patient with a lot of players. I think he had to early on. But this Detroit Lions team is a really good ball club right now. They don't have to be patient with certain individuals, and they like Jerry Jacobs. And you know why they like him? Because of those plays. Parker, you had something on Dan Campbell?
I do. Well, more so the entire Lions team. Is this team right now a top 5 team in the NFL? They're not just top 5 in least rushing yards allowed by any team, but I can even give you some more stats. They only allow 20.8 points to their opponents per game. They only allowed 9 touchdowns to their 13 that they've had throughout the entire season. They've scored 106 points this entire season. I mean, this team might be one of the best teams in the league right now. If they are a top 5 team, who do you put below them and over them?
Here you go right now. I answered that. Put the camera on me. Look at me very closely. And Lucas, you can clip this or quote that however you want to do it. The Detroit Lions right now, after winning last night, are definitely a top 5 team. They are definitely a top 5 team. And here's why. In 4 games throughout the season, everything that Parker said stat-wise, add that to what I'm about to say. They've played 2 primetime games already. I think that's tied for the most. What are they on primetime TV? They've played 1 division game. What did they do to that divisional opponent? They've played 3 conference games. What are they? 2-1 in the conference. They went on the road. They played the team that just won the Super Bowl. I don't care who didn't play. They won. And they closed those games. Isn't that what they asked you to do in the NFL? So if we're talking about right now, Terry Foster, and I'll bring this to you. If we're just talking about right now, the Detroit Lions are definitely a top 5 team. I can't, in front of them maybe, obviously Miami Dolphins, Kansas
49ers.
City 49ers.
Not Kansas City.
No, not Kansas City because they beat them. I said, so Miami, 49ers.
I'd say the Chiefs are still technically a top 5 team.
But not in front of them. Would you put the Eagles in front of the Lions right now?
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah, pedigree and what they've done.
Yes, they're on
both sides of the ball. So the Lions are 4 right now. So Detroit Lions are 4 right now, and then we're putting KC 5. I have no problem with it. Do you have a problem with that?
No, I have no problem with that. And you got to put the Eagles in there because of what they've done.
Put the Eagles 5.
Yeah, but what they've done and what they probably will do in the future.
Yeah.
And some of the better teams know they don't have to be their best in September. For instance, the New England Patriots, when they were rolling with Tom Brady, do you know they were just a little bit above 500 in September, and then they were rolling October and November and December.
That's also because they played in a terrible AFC East, and they always took advantage of that. That's where they got the majority of their wins. They played in that AFC East for years.
But they know they didn't have to be the sharpest guy in the room at the very beginning. When you were a bad organization, you figure, I got to win every game. Because if I don't, then that's the end of the season. But that's not necessarily the case. And you're going to learn that with the Lions this year. Now, the NFL season is a weird lot.
Okay.
There's going to be some times this season you're going to doubt the Lions. What's wrong with them? How they lose that game? Or even if they win a game, how do they look so poor? That is the National Football League. And it may not be same old Lions. It might be same old NFL.
Yeah.
Because it's a conference. It humbles
Anyone
you.
could win.
Absolutely right. It's going to be a bunch of one-score games, and you might. And the football is oddly shaped, and it might spin this way instead of this way, and then the other team gets it, and they might be able to win. So that's the way of this league. But your thing is to win as many games as you can, particularly in the division. Keep getting those guys out the way. And when you look at it right now, the NFC is the Lions and I guess Green Bay, sort of.
Yeah, 100% the NFC North will be the Lions and Green Bay. I actually will put the Eagles in front of the Lions. The only reason Eagles went to the NFC, they went to Super Bowl last year.
They're unbeaten.
And they're unbeaten. So you can't, until they displace themselves. Lions, but they're in there. Let's take a break right now. Let's do this. Let's take a break right now. And let me tell you about a comparison that I have to a player on the Detroit Lions defense when we get back. But first, a message from Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness, yes, it's your home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and I do mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym with tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. And yes, everyone, they are still just $10 a month.
Only $10?
Yes. For more information or to join today, visit your local Planet Fitness, or as always, check them out online at planetfitness.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
To play celebrity golf like a celebrity, you can do that thanks to Randy Wise Automotive and Woodward Sports. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Make the wise choice and pay attention to Woodward Sports for more of the information. Keep it right here. We got you covered.
Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Also, didn't announce this at the top of the show. My apologies. Our love and our prayers go out to Ryan Ermanni. He is with family right now, so just send him your love, send him your prayers. We will see him on Monday. But I teased it before the show, and actually here's another tease. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Amon-Ra St. Brown brand new jersey from my man John Yu, Pro Sports Zone. For a question, you guys got to be first one to answer. Maz is going to let me know who answers the question right. And the question is, don't worry, you have it at the top of the hour. You will get it. I'm sorry I keep teasing, man. I learned from Ryan, so blame Ryan Ermanni. Terry, I was talking about a play. I was teasing. Here's one I'll tell. Brian Branch in that defense. Now, obviously, Aiden is the guy for the defense. He's the big guy up front, and we'll get into him in a minute. But Brian Branch is taking over this defense. We talked about when CJ GJ got hurt, who was the guy that was going to provide the energy? Who was the guy that was going to provide the spark? And it's Brian Branch.
It's his son, Brian Branch.
It's Brian Branch. I'm looking at him right now. I mean, 4 passes deflected.
Love this kid.
Interception. We saw the pick 6 against the Kansas City Chiefs. Last night, on one wheel, wanted to come back in the game after he was injured. Made the tackle after he was injured and came back. The guy just wants to play. Brian Branch exudes that energy, that leadership, and that never say die attitude that you need out of a safety. You know what he reminds me of, and I just want to ask you, what do you think about it? When I was with Seattle, I got a chance to witness something special forming. It was 2012, and it was the Legion of Boom. And Bam Bam Cam, as much as everybody loves him, as much as everybody loves Richard Sherman, as everybody loves Mr. 99 or 100 on Madden, Bobby Wagner, the leader of that defense was unquestionably the smallest guy on it, and it was Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas was the leader of that defense. He was out there making plays. He was everywhere. Brian Branch gives me that same energy when the Legion of Boom was forming.
I know. When you look at Brian Branch, he just looks like any everyday dude. You look at him and say, this can't be a guy that can dominate a football game on defense. This is not a guy that's going to, decapitate a running back. Just looks like some regular dude. But I'm going to go old school on you.
Okay, let's go.
He reminds me of former line Mark Carrier.
Oh, 27.
Yeah.
Let's go. Came over from the Bears.
Yeah, wasn't a big guy. Had little bird arms. But he was a missile out there. He would just bust you up. Brian
How about
Branch,
Dre Bly?
Huh?
How about Dre Bly?
Dre Bly was more of a cover guy.
And he
didn't blast you like that. Branch will knock you into next week. But he's a very versatile player. How many guys on a football field on defense can sack the quarterback, defend the pass, blow up your running back, and just be all over the field? There's very few guys that can do that.
Right now, there's a guy that can do that in Detroit, and his name is Brian Branch. The other thing that he can do, and why I won't say Mark Carrier, he can cover the wide out too. And that was one of the biggest things, Maz, that Nick Saban talked about his guy, Brian Branch. He said, I don't understand why people value him so low. He can cover your best wide out, your slot wide out, your tight end, and your linebacker. That's high praise coming from Nick Saban.
Oh my God, man. He might as well have just come from another pro team, right? This guy was the steal of the draft. I know yesterday we had Gronk on saying that Sam Laporta was the steal of the draft. He was too. Like we said, what a draft class. Top 4 for sure. This is going in the Lions Hall of Fame draft classes if it all works out the way we hope it does. This kid is all over the field. And what did he have? We told you. He stayed for day 2 of the draft, guys. When everyone else left, he stayed there so he can shake the hand of Roger Goodell, give him a hug, and get the cheers from the Lions fans. Everyone else left. Will Levis, they all left town. They didn't get drafted. They weren't going to stay. This kid stayed, and I told my wife that night, this kid is special. And look what he does, man. He don't want to come off the field.
Yeah.
And that's why twice now, my heart's in my throat when I see him get injured. Injured in the Kansas City game, and then injured last night. And I didn't see the play right away. I was coming in from the house, from the car, and I just see him, and I thought it was his knee. When they said it was his ankle, I'm like, okay, that's a little better. And then when I heard he was coming out, and they put a portable heating pad on his ankle, wrapped him, and he goes into the game. Makes a couple good plays.
He's a guy that wants to play.
Gets injured again on a tackle.
He's a Detroit Lion.
This kid,
he's a warrior.
But you know what the Lions have?
Superb.
They have guys who are just different.
They got guys. They got guys that want to be out there.
Right. You can't explain it. You haven't seen it before, but they're just. Amon-Ra St. Brown is just different.
Stud.
Got the jersey for you right here.
Every receiver taken in front of me.
Right. It's like Draymond Green with basketball. He knows every guy.
Sam Laporta is just different.
Yeah.
He has a mentality. I'm coming out here. I'm going to dominate right off the bat. Where most rookies like, well, let me just bide my time because nobody who knows who I am. I have no confidence right now. He just came out there and said, I'm going to be a stud from day one.
Speaking of domination, I cannot bring up dominant. I cannot bring up that word without talking about a guy that went to my alma mater, and that's Aiden Hutchinson. People have been talking about, should we have had Trayvon Walker? Should we have gotten Kayvon Thibodeau? Well, they got dispelled last year at the end of the year. He proved that we didn't need that. Now he's distancing himself even from them. They put a challenge to him, Lucas, and we welcome you to the show. Appreciate you. They put a challenge to him. We didn't see you get a sack. He was offsides in week 1. Juwan Taylor, he was offsides. Didn't get a sack. Week 2, backup offensive line, left tackle, right tackle, and eventually the center. Didn't see you get to the quarterback. There was a challenge. And since that challenge, Lucas, 11.5 sacks by this defensive line and 3.5 by the big guy, 3.5 by the big guy, Aiden Hutchinson. Talk about Aiden Hutchinson and his dominance over the last 2 games.
I mean, it's almost like you said, Bray, the up-down theory.
Yeah.
What goes up must come down. Those pressures are up. They're going to stay up, but the sacks number, they weren't that high. Now they're going to catch up. This is the performance out of Aiden Hutchinson that we all were expecting. He does need help, though. And the guys that have been on the roster that weren't really stepping up in the first 2 weeks, now they're stepping up. Isaiah Buggs.
Ooh.
Don't get me started on Isaiah Buggs.
No, we want you to start.
I
was
like
this week 2? Week 1.
I like Big Buggs, and I cannot lie. That man is just a problem on the interior. Brings that juice that C.J. Gardner-Johnson is lacking when you match that up. Just because, like you guys kind of said, every player on this Detroit Lions, they have a poise and a chip on their shoulder because there's something that happened along their path to get to the NFL where it's really not
investigative reporting.
That's good. That's a good call.
Isaiah Buggs can't get on the field. It wasn't just, well, we looked at the film and it didn't fit. No, there was something that went on.
He pissed someone off.
It doesn't make sense, and this is why it doesn't make sense, Lucas, and this is why I agree with you. Soon as Isaiah Buggs comes back to the defensive line, which was last week, 6 sacks. Then this week, another 5.5 sacks. Something had to connect with Isaiah Buggs being on that defensive line and Isaiah Buggs not being on the defensive line as it relates to being active. 11.5 sacks since he's been back active. I mean, is that a coincidence?
I don't think so. Look at the end of last year. I think it's a chemistry thing where when you look over, if you're on a line to the left, Isaiah Buggs, you look over your right shoulder, you see Isaiah Buggs. That's a big boy in there that you know is going 100%. And not only is that going to make your life easier, but you got to hold yourself to that same standard because you know that whole time he was off the field, he wanted to be on the field more than anybody on this Detroit Lions team, and he's showing you that. And now that you see that a player who's off the field that should be on the field is playing to that level with this amount of motor, shows you that this is a team where people want to be, and there's a reason, and it's just going to be the same defense, I think, if he keeps playing the same way.
And also, is it just me, or did it seem like because the big fella was back, the other big fella looked rested? Aleem McNeil looked fast and rested the whole game. They played. It was like, hey, you get 2, I get 2. You get 2, I get 2. You get 2, I get 2. I stay fresh. Man, tell us a little bit about Woodward, man. I'm out here getting excited, man. Tell me about Woodward, man.
I'll tell you more. For the more latest on the Lions, you know where to keep it. The Lions Insiders have you covered. Shows twice a week. Join Gabrielle D. Phillips. We know her as Gabby. Matt Broder and the legend himself right there with the red fedora. It's Terry Foster. They give you the latest news and breakdowns Tuesdays from 7 to 8, Sunday mornings from 8 to 9, both in the morning. Of course, the Lions Insider Show, your first stop for game day. Check them out on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
These guys got me excited, Terry Foster, like watching that game last night, and understood this is a game that they were supposed to win like this. Let's make no bones about it. The schedule sets up very nice for them. Oh, we're going to get into schedules because somebody has predicted maybe 100% thus far. But before we do that, just the energy. I feel like right now the way the Lions are playing together, you get David Montgomery back, they might be able to beat anybody, and there's somebody else that feels that way. Here, that's Jared Goff on being able to beat anybody. Oh, my bad. My apologies. We switched technical directors. Emergency came up from my man Parker. So JB's filling in, and here we go.
We have that confidence. Yeah, like I said, send us anywhere, line us up against anyone, and we feel like we can go in there and beat them. And that's a good feeling to have. You know, does it always going to happen? I don't know, but we feel like we can, and we have that confidence in ourselves and our coaches and each other, and we're working together pretty well right now.
Same guy was so shy at the podium 3 years ago. Same guy had bodyguards in Birmingham when he first got here. Same guy had no confidence when he first got to the Detroit Lions and at the beginning of last season. How it has changed for Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions, Tom Mazaway.
No doubt about it, man. And I'll tell you, I've been here 30-plus years. I've never heard a Lions player say those words. Bring anyone on, we can beat anybody.
And Terry, mean it.
Have you heard anyone
they would
say
always
this?
say, we can compete with anybody. Well, that's the whole NFL. Who
I'm
gives
telling
a damn?
you, man.
Right. But I tell you that Jared Goff was involved in the play where you knew the Lions believed in themselves. When he threw that interception,
yep, 3 and out.
A lot of times, previous Lion teams, you could see it on the sidelines. You know, the shoulders would start to droop, and literally players would be saying, "Oh my God, here it comes." Quarterback just threw an interception on the first drive of the game. They were done. Instead, the Lions came back and just said, no, we're not out of this. We're going to kick these dudes' ass.
4 plays, exactly I think it took. They went right down the field and took the lead again, and that was it. Ball game.
Lucas, that's one of the big things I've been watching with the Detroit Lions. I think the thing that I've been most impressed with is their ability to respond. Like, I think you watch it in week 1 against the Kansas City Chiefs, responded, scored a touchdown. Week 2, Seattle, first drive of the game, they marched down like it is nothing. Well, what did Jared Goff do? Marched down like it was nothing. Last week in the Falcons game, same thing, they responded. And then this game, interception with Jared Goff, coming off of a pick 6 against the Seattle that cost them the game, coming against Atlanta Falcons pick in the clutch time, a pick 6 at the beginning of the time, that could easily have fractured Jared Goff, but it didn't, Lucas.
I mean, I've already said this a couple of times. I think this Detroit line, just the players and just the culture of this whole team, plays better when their backs are against the wall. When you smack this Lions team in the mouth, to Terry's point, normally, all right, Lions got smacked in the mouth. They might throw one punch at you to make it close again, maybe a little hook off the left, but they're not knocking you out.
Yeah.
When the Lions are getting punched in the face now, they're getting pissed off. Both the offense and defensive side, they're putting their foot down. They're letting you know, not only are we going to come back from the adversity that we're facing, but we're going to capitalize on the next drive. And we're going to force another mistake.
How about Jared Goff blocking?
No,
exactly. Phenomenal.
No, stop that.
No, he threw a phenomenal block on that last touchdown.
And he needs, because we need him. I would much rather him not throw a phenomenal block, and you may have to kick a field goal
and run.
Then and he almost got cracked on that one too.
I know, he should have slid.
If the Green Bay Packers were a meaner, nastier defense, Jared Goff would have been effed up. So I'm gonna need Jared Goff not to let that touchdown last week go to his head, or 2 weeks. I need you to relax. We need you. We need you, Jared. We need you out there.
Yeah, but when the play's there, he's taking it.
I feel you. So look, check this out. We got a new segment that we're gonna air. It's called the Ferocious 5, and that's my 5 favorite Detroit Lions currently. It's just like Deion. Deion's his Power 5 for his kids, they changed. Well, Power 5 for my Ferocious 5 will change. So we'll get into that, but first, let's get a message from SMA.
Sports Marketing AG helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, head over to thissportsma.com today for help.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
How would you like to win a 100K Vegas giveaway and live it up in the city that never sleeps with your closest friends? That's exactly what Centron is offering with the Drink It and Live It sweepstakes. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter for your chance to win the 100K Vegas getaway at drinkcentron.com/Vegas and buy Centron at your local Meijer store. Centron, the healthier energy drink with great taste and a choice for people who desire to look good, feel great, and be the best versions of themselves. drinkcentron.com/Vegas.
What? Tyler Higbee just got paid. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Back to
That's very random, by the way. I saw that and I was like, "What the hell are they doing?"
Yeah, back to Ermanni and Edwards.
Who just got paid?
Tyler Higbee.
Oh, yeah,
3 for 27 can make up the 30.
It's a good tight end.
Yeah, when Matt Stafford's throwing you 40 passes a game, who the hell can't catch 10? Who the hell can't catch 10? Back with Ermanni and Edwards with special guest host Terry Foster. T. Foss, new segment. It's called the Ferocious Five. I came up with this. I'm like, you know what? Dion has a power ranking for his kids. I need a power ranking for the Detroit Lions. So here, they're not my kids, but these are my guys. Detroit Lions,
these are your Cubs.
Ferocious Five. Give me number 5. Ooh, shout out to the graphic. Shout out to JB with the graphic. It's my first time seeing the graphics, so I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I got a little excited. Coming in at number 5, it's Taylor Decker.
Oh, yeah.
It's Taylor Decker. You see what this offensive line was with him last night. And I give this man a lot of Warriors credit. He went to Ohio State, so it's hard for me to give credit. But that joker was hurt yesterday, and he played through it. You saw it at the end of the game. Finally, it gave out. Rashawn Gary was able to get a little push. That man played yesterday. He was a Warrior. You see what the team is with him on that line. Taylor Decker, you got the line going. You get number 5. David Montgomery comes back with 3 touchdowns. 1, 2, 3. Taylor Decker, number 5. Coming in. Number 4. It's Isaiah Buggs. You talked about it. Lucas, you talked about it.
Big Bugs.
You tell me
Big
why
Bugs.
you tell me why Buggs is 4, Lucas.
I mean, the fact that Isaiah Buggs is coming off from being a healthy scratch the first 2 weeks of the season after what he did for this team last season, the last half of the games, and he just comes back in these first 2 weeks and is an instant difference maker. He's making Benito Jones.
Oh, my God.
Allowing Benito Jones to get a sack in the backfield. Aleem McNeil. Now we can see why Aleem McNeil has lost all this weight. He's more agile. He's quicker off the ball. And when you have Isaiah Buggs next to him, he allows to use that skill set more. So I love Isaiah Buggs. Keep him on the field as much as you can, please.
Benito Jones sneaking some love in there, sharing number 4. Coming in at number 3. Satan Hutchinson, it's the big fella. Look, you draft somebody at number 2. When you draft somebody at number 2, it is to change the trajectory of that side of the ball for your franchise. Aiden Hutchinson has changed the trajectory for the defense of the Detroit Lions. Last 2 games. And you can tell me about backup lines or this, that, and third. You play against the people put in front of you. And what did he do? He dominated. He helped the guys out last night. 1.5 sacks. The game before that, 2 sacks, forced fumble recovery. He's been lights out last 2 games. Number 2. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's a pillar of consistency. He's a pillar of consistency. This is the jersey. This is the jersey that you guys get a chance to win. When I ask the question at the top of the next hour, he is a pillar of consistency. Who scores the first touchdown in Green Bay? Who scores touchdowns against Seattle when he's injured? Who scores against Kansas City Chiefs? He is always going to be there for the Detroit Lions. And right now, until somebody supplants him, he will always be in my Ferocious 5. And at number 1, you guessed it, the man, the myth, the legend, is Brian Branch.
B2 Bama.
And people talk about, hey, tell me if I'm wrong, Maz. And tell me if I'm too excited. People talk about he should be Defensive Player of the Year, and he should be focused, rookie and all that. The way he's playing, he has 10 days to recover from this ankle. He's playing at all-pro level.
Yeah, he is.
I know what that looks like. I know what that looks like. He's playing at the all-pro level.
My man got screwed last week.
And he got screwed last week.
Yeah, he should have been Defensive Player of the Week, not Aiden Hutchinson.
I don't know about that.
Well, Aiden Hutchinson got his when the game was done. Brian Branch was busting up people from play 1 to the final play.
Yeah, but when you win an awards like that, they only care about the stat line. They're not really caring about performances.
Right,
I
but
agree
if
with you.
Watch the game.
I agree.
It would have been Brian Branch.
All right, so you said you had a question for me, but you wanted me to do my Ferocious Five first. How do you like the list? You can drop it, JB.
I disagree with putting Bugs ahead of who'd you put him ahead of? Who was 5? Oh, Taylor Decker.
Yeah.
Because Taylor Decker last week allows you to put Penei
You mean
Sewell-
this week?
Yeah, this week allows you to put Penei Sewell back at right tackle. And when you listen to him talk, Taylor Decker seemed like he was willing to do a Ronnie Lott.
Right.
If I got to
cut his foot
off a toe, I'll play. Go ahead.
I understand that, and this won't be a disagreement. This would just be my side of it.
Okay.
The reason why I put Bugs in front of Taylor Decker, the 2 games he's played, they went from 0 sacks to 11.5. Excuse me, they had 1. It was an Anzalone sack that wasn't really a sack. I don't know what the hell Geno Smith was doing. They go from 0 or *1 to 11.5, 12.5 *. Come on, that's Isaiah Bugs. That's the difference. They beat down the Atlanta Falcons. The Lions offense didn't have to do much.
True.
They beat down the Green Bay Packers offense. They have 30 yards of offense at halftime.
I'm going to be really blunt
Isaiah
with you.
Bugs is going before Taylor
In order
Decker.
for you to win defensively in the NFL, you need a big butt brother in the middle of the lineup. And that's what Bugs is.
He's right.
That's like 335, 340 pounds of where's the beef?
It's in 1987 with the Wendy's commercial, but they look at them 2 games into the season versus 4 games into the season. That's Bugs. It's not solely Bugs, but he's getting credited for from me.
I don't know what your 5 is. Was nice.
Ferocious 5.
Yeah, I understand that.
Sam Laporta.
Where the hell is David Montgomery?
Oh, that's a good call,
Where
man.
the hell is David Montgomery?
Braylon's thinking about it.
No, I'm not. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
When you watch TNF or Fox 2, if you watch the Fox 2 broadcast, shout out to our partners at Fox 2, you could have got 70 yards through those holes last night. And I'm not hating because he still ran tough, and yes, he's on the outside looking in. You cannot take those guys off the list. And if you want to take him off for Bugs and do that, make your own list, I'm cool with that. I'm not taking him off the list for 11.5 sacks. I'm not taking him off the list for what Aiden has done. I'm not taking him off the list for Brian Branch. I'm not taking him off the list for
Taylor Decker and Hutch.
Maybe you should replace Bugs with David Montgomery.
And I'm cool.
Montgomery, he moves that pile.
Of course.
Did you see how many like on the here's a football acumen, and I gotta talk to my brother Lucas on this one. Did you see the touchdown, the second one? That hole was so wide open, and he still ran into the damn center.
Okay, yeah, but
He still ran into the center.
you also see they popped his ass on a bunch of others.
They
And he
did.
still got 4 or 5 yards.
And I told Maz, I said, I give David Montgomery a lot of credit because I tweeted it. I said they are a very different team with him at the running back. They are a very different team. So I'm definitely going to give them all the love. Nothing about that game do I take away. Not at all. I just love the Bugs pick because I'm looking at 11.5 sacks. I love Taylor Decker because how did he get wide open yesterday to run 3 touchdowns? Taylor Decker went back to left tackle. And Penei Sewell went back to what he does all pro best, right tackle.
You know what? You are absolutely right, but I want to throw this in.
Okay,
David Montgomery is a son of a bitch.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's old school.
He is old school. He convinced me during the practice. I went out to a practice to see the Lions, and C.J. Gardner Johnson had him lined up. You know what David Montgomery did? Stiff armed him, threw him to the ground, and just said, "Bitch, get off me."
Bitch, get off me.
And I was like, whoa.
He's going to be, like, the thing I love about David
That's
Montgomery the
CJ.
most is, like, you get late in the season, especially against, like, when you go into playoff teams. Let's say you have to go into, like, a Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You want a running back like David Montgomery.
Yeah,
that
hell
just,
yeah.
Even if he's getting 70 yards, he's beating up the interior of the defensive line in that front 7 for the whole game. So now your 12th overall pick, Jahmyr Gibbs, that we're not really happy with his usage.
I'm not either.
No one is.
Now we can see him. I get that we're not happy, but at least there's reason, and it's not like, oh, they're just not straight up using him because they don't want to.
You know, that was
they have
Monty's,
a hell of a back in front of
Monty's
them.
first win against the Packers.
Yeah.
David Montgomery's been playing for the Bears, now the Lions. It's his first win against the Packers. So congratulations to the big dog.
I feel his pain on that because I played against the Steelers in their same division for 4.5 years, and I went 0 for 9. Then I got to the Jets and finally beat them. So when I walked off that field in, what is it now, Acrisure?
Yeah, Acrisure.
I was like, finally got you, MFers. Finally got you. But no, it's a great game by them in that defense, man. And you talk about the ferocious.
I think we should forgive our young friend over here.
Oh, excuse the hell out of me.
He's just starting his ferocious 5.
I know.
He's trying to develop it.
I get it.
I think deep in the back of his mind, he's never going to admit it. He messed up on Montgomery, but we'll see.
He did have a stare
next week.
He did have an empty stare.
Maybe next week he could do the Salacious 6.
Right.
There you go. The Savage 6.
The Savage 6.
This sounds like hate for my ferocious 5.
This
is sounding like hate.
Hey, by the way, it's your ferocious
That's
5.
right.
You can put whoever the hell you want on.
Well, exactly.
Okay.
That's why I did that.
But you know what he's going to do? Hey, homeboy, you know what he's going to do next week? He going to put David Montgomery number 2.
Yeah.
Just constructive criticism, Bray. That's all it is. Constructive criticism. That's all it is.
First of all, you can ask anybody. I don't do things for other people just to make them
we'll
feel
see.
good.
Let me know what happens next week.
You know what?
Montgomery rushes for 15 yards after the Carolina game, and then all of a sudden he's number 2 on the ferocious 5. We'll see.
She's number 1 on the ferocious ride. So here we go.
Okay.
Let's do this first. I got
my question for you.
You got a question?
Yes.
You hold on to that question.
Okay.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna ask the crowd a question so they can win this Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey. But first, we're going to get a message from. Oh, is it Glorious? Glorious! Shout out. I see JBU in the wrong booth.
I know.
See if you was that booth.
Come on now. He's going to find it. He's going to find it.
You find it, and you hit it as I'm doing the read. Check this out. The Honolulu Blue Bubble Kush is smooth, tastes good, smells good, feels good. It's amazing. It's a great way to consume your cannabis, and Glorious Canna. You can get it anywhere. You also can get it at Dispo. That's that Glorious Cannabis. Check it out, Honolulu Blue, wherever they sell cannabis.
Come on, Luke. Luke.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Hey, let's talk about Outdoor Equipment Company, official equipment sponsor of us here at WSN, Michigan grown and family owned, with bad boy mowers, tractors, steel handhelds, and even weed whippers. I know D-Mac really likes those. Liberty trailers, generic generators, Snow X plows, and salters. Outdoor Equipment Company has it all for you. Buy it, rent it, 100%. I should say, buy it, rent it, 0% financing, delivered to your doorstep. OutdoorEquipco.com today.
Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Ryan and Ermanni, you have our love, our prayers. We will see you when you get back, my brother. T-Foss, before we went to break, you had a question? Ask away.
Yes, this is for Mr. Wide Receiver Man over here.
Okay.
And you can chime in too, Maz.
Thank you.
It's 3rd and 8, late in the game, and you got to pass.
Right.
And if you're the offensive coordinator, are you setting up a play for Amon-Ra St. Brown or Sam Laporta?
Neither. Josh Reynolds.
Oh, come on.
Really? I'm neither. I ain't seen Josh Reynolds drop a pass.
And the thing is, Josh Reynolds has 12 catches this year.
And they're all first downs.
12 first downs.
So you think I'm just throwing some BS at you? Okay, to answer your question, between the two of them, Sam Laporta, because he's a bigger body, he breaks tackles, and I figure if I get him the ball at 6, he'll fall forward and give me the 2-3. So it would be Sam Laporta over Amon-Ra St. Brown. But I promise you, it's Josh Reynolds over both of them for me, just based off the confidence. Who a quarterback goes to on third down, here's a primetime example. Braylon Edwards, all the records at University of Michigan as it relates to career, my senior year, yada, yada, yada. You know who Chad Henne and John Navarre went to on third down? And maybe I'm putting my business out. They went to Jason Avant. They went to Jason Avant on third down. I was the big play. I was the give him 97 passes. But on third down, they went to Jason Avant, and that's because the brother didn't drop a pass. And so far, Josh Reynolds, Jared Goff goes to him. He's looking, as soon as he knows it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, he's looking for number 8.
I love that.
I think he's looking for number 8. It's a connection that
I like
he knows.
your secret, too. That was a good secret.
I hated to say that, but it's the truth. They went to Jay Avant. I didn't see him drop much. While he was there, I was always trying to get the touchdown, so I was trying to do too much.
Yeah,
you
but
know a
mine
little bit
got
about
the
that,
jugs
Lucas.
machine. He don't drop pass. He dropped one last game, but he catches it.
He does.
He's always open.
99
even when he's
out
not
of 100.
open.
Yeah.
He's 99 out of 100.
He gets open. He uses what he has, he uses what he has, in the best way on the field. Literally, he's not the fastest receiver, but he always has separation. He always knows how to find his zone. He's very much like Cooper Kupp in a sense. Cooper Kupp's always open. They just know. But check this out. You know what I want to show you, JB? This is what, speaking of Amon-Ra, let's do this.
Okay.
Let's show Baldy's breakdown that you put in there, Maz. You want to do that?
Well, I don't have Baldy's breakdown, but I've got
Dan Orlovsky.
I've got Dan Orlovsky breaking down this Lions offense on his own Twitter.
Yep.
This is Dan Orlovsky really putting it out there for Ben Johnson. Take a listen to this, guys.
Detroit's first touchdown is just awesome. I love when coaches self-scout, and I love when coaches take advantage of their own tendencies to hurt other teams. Okay, so Detroit so often does a thing called quick huddle in certain situations. Now, very often it'll be on 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, 4th and short type of thing, or 1st and 10. What I mean by quick huddle is watch when they break this huddle, they sprint to the football and try to snap the ball quickly. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. See how the center puts his hands on the ball and it's getting snapped. Everyone sprints from the huddle to the line of scrimmage. Now, when they do this, right? When they do this quick huddle or quick snap, see? 1. Watch the center. When he puts his hands on the ball gets snapped. About 4 seconds. Okay, when they do this, so often it's a completion play. They will run something like double stick, meaning he'll go to the flat and he'll run an out route or a stop route if this guy's outside. Same thing up top. A flat route and a stick route with a guy over the football, or maybe spacing. They'll go spot spacing or something where you got a flat. It's a horizontal stretch play. You're just trying to out leverage the defense and get a completion. So what does this look like right now to the defense? This looks like spacing down here. Or excuse me, this looks like stick down here. It looks like a flat route, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown is hooking his out route up because he believes this guy's playing outside leverage. As this guy runs this way, hook up, get to completion. So they're showing the defense what they've seen on tape so often. And then, boom, spins out of it. That's Ben Johnson. That's Randall L. That's awesome coaching. Look at everything the defense has to look at from the time they break the huddle. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Within 5 seconds, break the huddle, get into our formation, show a play, and then counter it. Brand new Lions.
That's definitely the BNL Lions. And shout out to my class of 2005 brother, Dan Orlovsky. You see what it is, and what he didn't finish with. What he didn't finish with is not only was it 4 seconds to snap, it was a total of 7 seconds from snap to touchdown.
Yeah.
It's a total of 7 seconds. But you talked about something while we were off air, Lucas, about somebody that does not get the credit that they deserve for the wide receivers. Talk about it.
Yeah, Antoine Randall. I mean, you could, if you look at what he's not only done with Amon-Ra St. Brown and his progression, but one Josh Reynolds, bringing him back here, making him a better version of what he already was in LA with Jared Goff. But my favorite one personally has been Khalif Raymond. The way that they utilize Khalif Raymond, both in the run game and in the receiving game, he's one of the most reliable options that you could have. And against man coverage, at least last season, he was the #1 receiver in creating separation against man coverage. So he always has these guys playing their A game, especially when you talk about how much this Lions offense relies on the running game. These receivers, all of them, know how to block in the run game.
Yes,
so Antoine Randall, caps off to him.
Call. Good call, absolutely. They definitely know how to block. They block for each other. One thing about Marvin Jones Sr. hasn't shown up in the passing game, but I've seen him make some tremendous blocks dating back to the Kansas City Chiefs game, so they definitely do block. You know what? We've been teasing long enough. Let's go ahead and get this Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey after you just watched him catch that. First time I seen a person do a spin move touchdown like that, the spin move stick was Odell, OBJ. He did it on Norman.
Norman.
I hated Josh Norman. I'm glad he was running with the Bulls and got tripped. Dumbass.
Big mouth.
I was a Josh Norman fan.
Who in their right minds doing some... Anyway, Amon-Ra St. Brown, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the question. The first person to get it in the chat. So you know we having receipts, as they say. We can see who got it first. Maz, JB, you guys will be on that. 2001 was my senior. 2001 was my senior year. What was it? 2000? I'm getting old. 2001 I graduated. 2000 was my senior season. We played in the Prep Bowl, which is at the beginning of the season. It was at the Pontiac Silverdome. We were Bishop Gallagher. We won 28-0. What Catholic team did we beat? 28-0 Bishop Gallagher. This would have been August of 2000. First person to get it right, Maz. You know the answer, to get the jersey. So with that being said, getting back to Amon-Ra St. Brown, T-Foss, just talk about what he's done as a Detroit Lion so far in his 3 years here, from being drafted in the 4th round to what he's doing now as a guy that you talked about, Lucas, you trust.
Yeah. Usually when you talk about a guy that's open, even when he's not open, he's 6'3" or 6'4", 220 pounds or 215 pounds. Right. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a little fella, but he always catches the ball. He always wiggles his way open. Yeah. He's almost like a hybrid or a mini tight end, because a lot of times quarterbacks, when they're in trouble, they look for their tight end. Now, for the last 3 years, Jared Goff can look for Amon-Ra St. Brown, because he knows if he gets it in his vicinity, he's done. And that touchdown pass, was that a bad throw because he had to turn around and do all that?
You know what it was, and we have the winner. I will tell you in 2 seconds. Tom Mazaway was on it. We have the winner for you. No, it wasn't a bad throw. When you make that motion, and Lucas, tell me if I'm wrong, when you just make a spin motion, it takes you a second to get your equilibrium together. It takes you a second to get back on route, figure out what's what, and get the ball. So I think that's just a reaction to that spin around. It's not like where you break down and start up again. You're spinning around, which means you lose the ball, you lose the sideline, and then you go. Maz, you got an answer? Somebody got the right answer?
Give the answer.
Somebody got it?
Yes, but go ahead. Give the answer.
Oh, so give the answer, and then you'll tell me who got it? That's how I'm working. I'm learning. So the answer is, it was Divine Child, Aiden Hutchinson's former school. We beat 28-0, which they ended up making the playoffs somehow, and we didn't, but that's MHSAA for you. Divine Child, Maz, who got the answer correct?
I will give it to you in a minute.
All right, you'll give it to me in a minute. But before then, tell me about the Lions pregame show, Maz.
Yes, sir. I'll give it to you in 2 minutes then.
There you go.
All right, the Woodward Sports pregame show returns for another season of Lions football. It's Jeff Iafrate and his weekly special guest on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Lions pregame all season long right here on Woodward Sports YouTube channel. And Jeff does a phenomenal job. Did a great job this morning as well. They had fun, him and Sam Flannel.
Not only that, like yesterday, you sent something to to the group chat, and I saw some of it. You're absolutely correct. Their pregame show yesterday was elite. It was very well done by Woodward Sports. Shout out to Jeff Iafrate and Woodward Sports. Guys put on an elite pregame show. It actually rivaled what a pregame show was. You'll give us that later. T-Foss, something else I wanted to hit on. I'm trying to find it in my notes. There's a game in Ann Arbor too, by the way. Or there's not a game in Ann Arbor.
No, they're on the road.
Yeah, I know. I've said there's not, but there's just another non-game. We'll get to that. Quick ending on the Detroit Lions for right now. Are you worried about Jared Goff's interception at the beginning of the game? And it's the third in a row. It's third in a row, 3 in a row,
but only one per game.
It's in prime time situations. Are you worried, or am I making too much of it?
I'm not worried because of the way the team has responded. Jared Goff throws that one interception, and that's it. And then the rest of the team responds. They play better. There's not our quarterback stinks, so we're worried. I don't see the shoulders slumping or anything like that. As long as he limits to one, and you don't want to have an interception in the game.
You don't want 17 interceptions,
right,
though.
The next one should be interception free. But if you get it out the way early, and then you respond. Your running attack responds. Your defense becomes balls out.
I go
and you
around the
win
room.
by 2 touchdowns. Who cares?
I go around the room. Lucas, tell me, do the interceptions right now bother you? That's 3 in a row after what he did last 10 games last year, and when they happen.
When they happen is crucial for me. The fact
Okay.
that this was at the beginning of the game makes it less. But
On
that
the
read
road.
that read was terrible.
Yeah.
They had Jahmyr Gibbs. It was a zone coverage. Rudy Ford was practically didn't move. They had Jahmyr Gibbs on like a 5-yard out route, and he threw the over. The read was terrible, but he responded. So I'm not too worried about it. But if you were to make these reads consistently, that's when I'd be like, eh. But with Jared Goff over his time in Detroit, he hasn't been doing that consistently.
Maz, it's on you.
I got no issues with it. Yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't a great play. He was rushed. He ran off. He was getting chased at that point. Threw off his wrong foot. It was a bad read. It is what it is. It's one, and it didn't matter because the Lions came right back and picked them up. And that's how you do it. He came right back, drove them down the field, took the lead, and they never looked back. So I have no issue with it at all.
Yeah, and I don't too, and this is why. I mean, I have an issue, like I said, with Lucas. I agree with Lucas on this fact that it's the timing. I don't like the timing, but you know what I don't mind? He still has the same energy. Like when you watch him do the press conference, he's still leaning forward. He's still having a conversation with you. He's still here. We can beat anybody. We can beat anybody. The fact that he's still in this light, I'm like, you know what? He'll figure it out. Like, I have to give him the credit and respect of what he did last year. I have to give him the credit and what he's done this year and won't allow. I got him to give the credit of saying, you know what, we'll figure it out. And what we will do is we will figure out Swiss, and we'll come back, Maz. Take us around the NFL, because this is an interesting week in the NFL. Let's put
our picks coming up.
Put a pin in the lines. We got our picks coming up, and then we'll go around the NFL. But first, you guys, Swiss Insurance.
Yes, Swiss Insurance. Do you have football on the brain like us? Of course you do. Fall ushers in college and professional football, and this year, well, it's already started off to be pretty damn awesome. Fall is also a perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance, and shop it like a pro with the pros at Swiss Insurance. They cover us here at WSN, and they should be covering you too as well. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today at swissins.com, or as always, give them a call at 248-800-4177. That is Swiss Insurance.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Starting to get cold outside. You know what you want to do? Can't golf outside anymore, so you want to go downtown to the Cambria Hotel and play a 5-iron golf. That's right. Practice, play, and party. Sim rentals, lessons, leagues, bar, restaurant, they have it all. 13 brand new TrackMan simulators, so you can get your golf on. You can play any course around the world, and it's fun. Every Thursday, including yesterday, 5 to 7, the Woodward Sport Golf League takes off. And you know what it leads you into? It leads you right into Thursday Night Football. Come on down to 5-iron golf, Cambria Hotel. All right, so we got a misfire, and that's on me. So I'll take the blame for it. No, I got you, man. It's on me. I should look down. The jersey, turns out, is still on the market. Nobody guessed Divine Child. I gave you Divine Child, so we're off on the wrong thing. We thought it was Catholic Central. It's not. It's Divine Child. No harm, no foul. So the new question is, what is the most receiving yards that I have ever had on any level? This is Little League, although I can give you a hint, it wasn't then. High school, college, or the NFL. What is the number? The first number I see in the chat that is correct, Amon-Ra St. Brown will be yours. And you come and pick it up in the studio tomorrow, or we'll get with you and set up when you want to come and pick the show up, jersey up.
I got it wrong. I said 35 yards.
Yeah, you were under.
Yeah, you're a little under. Tom Mazaway, as we wait for that, take us around the NFL because there are other games going on this week. Now, the Lions are 3-1.
Hey, let's start you off with Jonathan Taylor, who is about to come back and play for the Indianapolis Colts, although he does not want to suit up in the blue and white anymore. And the Colts, I don't know if they want him back anymore after the way they've gone back and forth. So Jonathan Taylor wants out of Indy, and there are some teams that could still be wanting this guy. This guy's a great runner, man.
List of teams who have expressed interest for Jonathan Taylor include the Miami Dolphins, which makes no sense because they got two monsters that both run 4.3 or better. Green Bay makes sense. You got Pittsburgh makes sense. Los Angeles Rams makes sense. Kansas City Chiefs makes sense. The Buffalo Bills. James Cook's been doing okay, but makes sense. The Washington Commanders. Anthony Gibson has been horrible this year, so it makes sense. T-Foss, what are you thinking as it relates to the Jonathan Taylor and Jim Irsay situation? Obviously, before the season, he talked about the depreciation value of the running backs, and then he made comments that if you're not going to appreciate me, I'm going to hold out. Then he held out. Then Irsay basically comes out and says, you know what, nobody remember him. Nobody remember Jonathan Taylor. Hell, they won't. Then he tries to clean up by saying, they won't remember me either. You're an owner. You got a championship. They'll remember you. What do you think about the tug and war? Can he even play after everything that's taken place?
He can definitely play. He can't play in Indianapolis because there's a lack of appreciation there. Irsay broke one of my cardinal rules for professional sports. When you're an owner and you have a star player, that's not your employee.
Yeah,
you are in a partnership, so treat it as such. He blew it by saying, well, nobody's going to remember Jonathan Taylor. Okay, you know what? I'm out. They're not going to remember me here, but they might remember me in New England. They might remember me in L.A. They might remember me somewhere else. Well, I ain't playing for you anymore.
That's real. That's absolutely real. Naz, what do you think about this? I think he can play. So at the end of the day, I think they cannot play together. They're going to have to make a move for Jonathan Taylor. And did somebody get close?
They're all over the place. It's coming over like a stock. You know how the stock market moves?
Yeah.
This is how this thing is moving.
Receipts.
This could be the worst thing that we've ever done.
It's the worst.
It's for me to try to find the proper number.
Yo, you know what? You know what I forgot? And it's why they're looking for that. This will be fun. Let's stick with the Detroit Lions. Before the season, we did our Detroit Lions. Look at the schedule, wins and losses. What games are they gonna win? What games are they gonna lose? I think my prediction was pretty decent thus far. JB, throw it up there.
I may or may not have been on Glorious Cannabis when I filled this out this morning at 8:30. So, hey, we'll have some fun and we'll figure it out. Let's start with the Detroit Lions schedule. Let's get you the wins and losses, starting with the game tomorrow night. That would be the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions. I'm going with a W. The more information you have, the better decision you can make.
That looks
familiar.
familiar.
2 weeks ago, I went with Kansas City. But the more information I have, I now will choose the Lions. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't think it'll be close. Game 2, Seattle. I still.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The box is blocking the graphic. So
Hush up, Ryan, and listen to this.
So game 2, Seattle. I told you in that 2-game stretch, that first two, I said it was going to be 1-1 regardless. Whether they won the first one, they will lose the second one. If they won the second one, they will lose the first one. So I'm going with Seattle will be a loss, Falcons a win, Green Bay will be a win, Carolina will be a win, the Bucs will be a win. At Lamar Jackson, I'm telling you, you'll find out why I'm so high on the Ravens a little bit later. I like Lamar Jackson, that Todd Monken offense. I think that would be an L. Of course, they win Lomas night, Monday Night Football, against the Raiders.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Goofy, you want a cookie or something?
Just saying. Don't hate. Don't hate. You know it's very hard to be right. And on these talk shows in this business line of business, no. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's kind of easy, and I segue that into say this: if you look at the Lions, the rest of the schedule, the rest of the way, you can play the quarterback game. That's the most fun game to play, quarterback to quarterback, going into it. Lucas, tell me outside of 2 games why the Lions should lose, looking ahead. And we're allowed to do this because we're not the Lions. We cheer for them. Next game is the Panthers. You taking Bryce Young or Jared Goff?
It might even be Andy Dalton. Either way, I'm taking Jared Goff.
You taking anybody in their employ or Jared Goff?
Jared Goff.
Baker Mayfield or Trask or Jared Goff?
Jared Goff.
Right now, currently, are you taking Lamar Jackson or Jared Goff? Right now, currently.
I'm going to slightly lean towards Lamar. Slightly.
You know what? If Baltimore changes their hard-ass philosophy, we're going to make this guy a passer, then...
They bought in Todd Monken to go to do back what he did at Louisville, and it's going the opposite way. You're right. And that's why I asked you right now. I'm taking Jared Goff right now.
I'm not going to fault you
Lamar's a better player, no doubt.
And that's
right now...
Yeah.
All right, Lamar by a little bit. Jimmy Garoppolo or Jared Goff?
Fucking Jared Goff. Sorry.
Thank you. It's okay. You deserve it. You going Justin Herbert, Jared Goff? Justin Herbert. Okay, Fields, Love, whoever the hell the Saints play that day, Fields again, Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott. I'm not taking any of them. Russell Wilson, no.
You only got 2.
No. It's Herbert and it's Lamar. So tell me why when I predicted, I think I was 13-4. I think I was tripping. At least I thought I was.
Well, you had a little bourbon in you, but that's okay.
Okay, but you look at this schedule. Why can't they be 13-4? It goes back to a question, T, and I'm going to say this. You weren't here yesterday. Listen to what I said. Tell me, is there logic in it? Stop looking at the Detroit Lions going 7-1 in their first 8 games or going 13-5 over 13-4 over the season. Look at the teams that they're playing against versus the record. Like, if you look at it that way, tell me why 12-5 isn't feasible.
I didn't say it wasn't feasible, but the thing you have to factor in, the NFL always changes. It's not as easy as you think it's going to be. There's going to be some clunkers that you don't expect. There's going to be
some film. People watch some film.
They'll figure some things out on the Lions. The Lions won't show up for a game or two, and the other thing that's going to be difficult for the Lions, and they've overcome it so far. A lot of times teams, when they're like, we got the Lions next week, we're good, we'll mail it in. Nobody's going to mail it in with this team because they know that they're legit.
But it doesn't seem to matter.
That doesn't matter so far, but it could matter down the road.
This is true. I mean, what do you think about down the road? Because that is a real thing, Lucas. Like, I mean, you look at the last 4, like the last 4-game stretch was always the one that bothered me. It's Denver, Minnesota, Dallas, Minnesota. Terry's absolutely correct in the sense that Broncos and Sean Payton aren't going to be the same in December. Minnesota, they still have some connection with the offense, and then Dallas, they're not going to be the same in December. Do you still think that 13-4 is feasible?
Absolutely. I think the only thing that's stopping it is injuries, and you could already.
Good point.
You could say that the Lions probably got hit with the injury bug early on in the season. Obviously, more can happen. But not only that, the fact to counteract the injuries, you're going to have players, young players, even Amon-Ra St. Brown, Aiden Hutchinson, that are going to continue to get better because in their second and third season. So the Lions, to your point, the Vikings, they're going to only get worse. They're probably going to close up shop here after week 6. I don't see Tony Pollard making it to week 18, week 17, whenever we play him. The Bears, not worried about them. The Broncos, same type of thing with the Vikings. The Lions, they're built to win in this league, and they're built to get better organically throughout the season.
Here's another thing to factor in, Bull Moose. At the end of the season, do you think the Lions are going to be the best team in the National Football League?
I think they'll be in the top 4.
How about top 1?
No.
Because teams don't win 13 games in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's very hard to do. So for them to win 13 games means they're the best team in the NFL, or at worst, the number 2 team.
Yeah, well, I guess last year would have been a special case, but you had 14 win last year. You had 13 win team last year, so I mean, you had the Eagles and Dallas Cowboys. So you're going to have to be a damn good team. You're absolutely correct. And if you're talking about 13 wins, you're talking about 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. You're 1 or 2. And it's either going to be the 49ers or the Detroit Lions if you're talking about that. Let's do this. Let's go to commercial real quick. Let's bring you on here to talk a little bit about staying out and guarding alarm. And then we'll come back. We'll go back around the NFL. We'll get to the jersey. If anybody can ever figure it out, it's 3 numbers.
There's a few people very super
it's
close.
3 numbers.
We have a winner.
We got a winner.
We have a winner.
Hold on. You hold that thought. We'll get the winner when we come back. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm.
Ringing alarm, yes. Customized solutions from real experts. Their customized technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. With 24/7 professional monitoring, you can call at any time, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone with you as long as needed. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work by people who are proven to care. So call this number right here, 1-800.
Stay out.
Once again, that is 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Stay
I'll be seeing numbers in my nightmares.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Hey everybody, join Woodward Sports and Long Drink live next Sunday, October 8th, for the official Lions VIP tailgate. It's at Eastern Market in Shed 5, and it is going to be a blast once again, starting at 9:30 a.m. until game time. The official Lions tailgate is back and better than ever. How would you like to pre-game it with Woodward Sports and be treated like a VIP with food, drinks, entertainment, all included? Get your tickets online today at bullseyeeventgroup.com or win some from Woodward Sports today. Just subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on IG, and then direct message us with the Lions VIP tailgate. We'll see you there next Sunday.
Yeah, we will, and you better watch those long drinks because it could be a long night messing with those things. And that wasn't a joke; that's serious. Yo, I think we got 193. Think we got Tom Mazaway.
Oh.
We put you through hell, big guy,
God.
to get the number. You're probably gonna be looking at numbers for the rest of the time, like Jim Carrey in 23. Tell us who's the winner. And tell us who's the winner. Give it to Maz. Maz, it's your show.
People are telling me, Maz, use the computer, use the F1. I'm on my phone. I'm watching my phone. 193 is the number. So many of you wrote 191, 192, 194. But PA Proud got 193. PA Proud, you are the winner of the Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey, courtesy of
John, you at Pro Sport. Actually, courtesy of me, because he gave me the jersey and I gave it away. I gave it away. Courtesy of Braylon Edwards. No, I'm messing around. Shout out to my guy, John, you, man. He always shows love. He gave me that jersey, so I gave it to you, so no harm, no foul.
PA Proud, send me your info.
Hey, look behind you, buddy.
Oh, Maddie.
Look behind you.
My daughter here?
Yeah, both of them.
All right, come on in, girls.
You got to slide it. You got to slide.
Okay, girls.
There you go.
Oh, God. They're not the smartest girls in the world.
Yes. No, don't do that, man. Shame on you.
Close those doors nicely.
Shame on you.
Wait until they got it.
Hello.
Tom Mazaway,
Say hi to
beautiful
Amber.
daughters.
Amber's birthday today.
Happy birthday,
16
Amber.
years old today. Where's Maddie? Where's my Maddie?
What's up, Maddie?
Here's my Maddie. Here's
How
my
you
baby.
doing?
Hi.
My 16-year-old. They got the day
Everybody
off today
good?
from
You good?
school. They're playing hooky today.
Good.
They're playing hooky today, and they got volleyball tonight. So,
Maz, I'm going to tell you like this.
good
I
luck.
tell you all the time, you are a wonderful man. You're a better father. So I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
and I appreciate your family.
Thank you.
You know what we want to do? How about we do our pick segments? I want you to let Maddie help.
We're going to do that, but first I want to tell you about a couple other things here.
Oh, talk
All right?
to me.
I'm going to talk about Chandler Jones.
Oh, you want to talk about
defensive
Chandler
end
Jones? Let's talk
for the
about Chandler
Raiders.
Jones.
Now, this guy was basically, I guess, suspended from the team. He's he's gone off the deep end, it seems. And he got arrested last night in Las Vegas. I don't think Vegas is a tough place to have a team. Terry, Vegas, is that the smartest place to have a team?
It's not the smartest place, but it's the most fun place.
Yeah. Here's where I disagree, and I'm gonna read this for you guys because you put up the appreciation. Shout out to Kool-Aid who jumped in the building. You see the Lions out here, Kool-Aid. Raiders defensive end Chandler Jones has there we go. Raiders DN Chandler Jones has been arrested in Las Vegas. According to TMZ, the 33-year-old Pro Bowl was booked in Clark County Detention Center in Nevada around midnight, where Jones still remains behind bars. Exact details surrounding the arrest are very unclear at the time, but our sources tell MZ that Chandler violated the protective order, so cops responded and they arrested him. It's not that it's a terrible place to have a city, because if you're going to tell me that, then take the team out of Miami, take the team out of New York, take the team out of all the fun places, okay? It's just that these guys are getting in trouble. You have to be more on. Look, I've gotten in trouble. I know how it goes. I made the decision to do what I did, and I got in trouble. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you put these cities, these teams. If you're not going to do what you're supposed to do, you're going to get in trouble.
The thing about Vegas is, even though it's a lot of fun, the people at the casinos are very strict. They have laws they must follow. They have money they must protect. And I think pro athletes sometimes, just act a fool. I can do whatever I want here. But, they in New York and Miami, they'll let it go. They say, oh, okay, yeah, you skipped line or you did this or you put something in your pocket. We're good.
When you paying $7,000 for a table, you deserve to skip the line. There's different lines for guys paying $7K for a table.
But in Vegas, they still have little rules you must follow.
I've been to Vegas. We partied a lot. At the end of the day, you can show your ass in Vegas. You just can't. Like, when you get arrested in Vegas, everybody is showing their butt in Vegas, T. Everybody is. If you get arrested in Vegas, that means you went to that level that was like, we got to take you in. We got to take you in.
And I've seen more people carted off in Vegas than
they didn't get arrested
in other cities. I'm talking about they put them in that little jail down at the bottom of the basement, right?
Those are people that go streaking.
No, I'm talking in the casino.
Oh yeah, I don't know nothing about how you been back there. What'd you do to go back there?
I witnessed. I didn't do anything. I'm a model
What did
citizen.
you do to be able to get back there to witness it? You was next.
No. I saw.
He was counting cards.
Some of you can't even count cards in Vegas. No, but I've seen some of my athlete brethren get carted off, and regular citizens too.
Right. Maz,
I got more for you.
Go.
Yeah, because we're not taking a break yet. And after the break, we'll do our picks.
Excuse me, I was reading it as it is. 324. I'm sorry, sir.
That's okay, my friend.
Excuse the hell out of me.
I saved this for you for today.
Okay.
Bill Belichick come out the other day, and they asked him about Micah Parsons, all these other defensive players. And he's like, well, how do they compare to Lawrence Taylor? Well, Bill Belichick says it's Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
And then there's everyone else. And I'm going to let you have the floor right now. You know how I feel.
Yeah, I know how you feel about him. And I saw this, and so I was like, let me show Tom Mazaway some love. He talks about the comparisons because it was a big thing with Lawrence Taylor and Aaron Donald when he was winning the Super Bowl that year or going to win the Super Bowl. What the heck? Is that the girls?
Yeah, that's her.
Oh, my God. You got to love the kids.
She has fun on Fridays.
Hey, exactly. So, but anyway, the comparisons always struck when you get a good defensive player with LT. And I heard this, and Bill Belichick said there's nobody above LT. The reason why I wanted to talk about it, Michael Irvin talked about it because they asked him after this. They said, you're a gold jacket. How do you feel when people compare Micah Parsons to LT? Because you played against LT. You know LT. He said, listen, it's an appreciation factor that Micah Parsons is even mentioned in the conversation. He said he's a damn good player. He's done some amazing things. But when you talk about LT, hey, Maz, he said, when the gold jackets, when we're all together, so when you're in the Hall of Fame room, there's only three people that when the gold jackets get together, everybody like, hey, that's the one. When Jim Brown walks in the room, everybody's like, his gold jacket's a little bit different than my gold. And we're talking about the elite of the elite. His gold jacket's a little different than mine. You know who's number 2? It's Jerry Rice. His gold jacket's a little different than mine. But the one they all say, when he walks in the room, everybody's lining up to shake his hand, is LT. They said what LT did on the field wasn't fair. He dominated in ways. Look, Micah Parsons is dominating, but he's dominating in scheme and a little bit himself.
I got breaking news.
LT rewrote the position.
All right, break the news.
Talk about LT later because Jameson Williams is a free man.
The appeal was up. We won the
Williams,
appeal?
his suspension has been lifted.
Let's go!
As part of the new agreement between the league and the Players Union on gambling policy, he can play as soon as this week, as with Justin Rogers and multiple other media outlets. Thank you to the chat for alerting me.
Maz, you get to take the first crack at this because you have said since day one it was a very unfair rule. Yes. It was some BS. They set Jameson Williams up. It wasn't supposed to go down like this. Maz, you have the floor.
6-game suspension for a kid that was at a hotel on the road. He's on his phone. He puts a bet in on another sport, which is horse crap. 6-game suspension, and then they suspend guys for the year. Hey, if they're betting on your own team, if you're betting on the NFL, then the rule goes to you. This kid was not, and there are other players like him that were not betting on football, on NFL football. This never should have happened to him to begin with, but it did. And thankfully, the NFL and the NFLPA finally got something right. The next thing they have to get right is everything is reviewable on replay. And we didn't even talk about that last night when the Packers had that 0-0-0 on the clock at the end of the third quarter. That play never should have counted. Everything should be reviewable. But congratulations to Jameson Williams and the Detroit Lions. He is back, and he is active, and he's ready to go.
I could care less about...
You know what? We need to use common sense sometimes when we make rules. Who did Jameson Williams hurt when he put that bet in? Was he being nefarious? Was he being evil? Was he trying to pull something over on people? No.
Man.
People make bets in hotel rooms on their cell phone. That's not a 6-game suspension.
Look, we got Jameson Williams back going into next week, 10 days off. Obviously, he played yesterday. So now, as Jared Goff and the Lions are figuring it out, David Montgomery comes back, 124 yards, 141 yards total, 3 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs is figuring out the running back position, still trying to figure out the passing situation, but at least they're trying. Sam Laporta now is number 2, and he's legitimately, you throw me 9 targets, I'm catching 8. You throw me 9 targets, I'm catching 8. You throw me 6, I'm catching 5. He's literally, his ratio is ridiculous. The connection between Jared Goff and him. Amon-Ra St. Brown and what he's been doing. Now you add Jameson Williams. Now you finally have what? A deep threat. The Detroit Lions have always been plagued by the NFL because they've always gone after them, but this is a chance for the NFL to get it right. Yo, let's take a quick break and come back because this changes the dynamic.
Sure does.
This now changes my opinion about the Baltimore Ravens. I got to go back and redo my preseason picks. Jesus Christ. Jameson back. It's a hell of a good day for the Detroit Lions. First, a message from Big Boy.
All right, Big Boy. Even Big Boy is so excited about J-Mo's suspension going from 6 games down to 4. Burgers and chicken sandwiches. You got to get there because they got the best cheeseburger, the best pretzel bacon cheeseburger, the Dolly chicken sandwich, and if you like your chicken spicy like Terry Foster, no, he doesn't, but he likes chicken sandwiches. Then it's Bob's hot chicken sandwich. Upgrade your regular fries to the chili cheese fries and the loaded baked potato fries, but save room for dessert, especially if you love Reese's, because they have the Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake and the funnel cake fries in it. What the hell? Order a shake while you're there and a Big Boy from your local Big Boy.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com.
At the Academy of Warren, they have a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome field house that has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field, which can also be used for 7-on-7 football. At the Academy of Warren, it features K through 8th grade with AM and PM latchkey, smaller classroom sizes, a learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, and K through 8 athletics. The Academy of Warren is now accepting new enrollment, so go and check them out today online at theacademyofwarren.net.
Yo, if you guys are just joining us, breaking news, the NFL has overturned Jameson Williams' last 2 game suspension. He went from 6 games originally back in, March, to now he is available to play with the Detroit Lions starting as soon as next game. Tom Mazaway, tell us the new NFL rules and how this came about.
From Adam Schefter, thank you. Betting on non-NFL sports from now on at the workplace still. So that means hotels, the whole 9 yards. First violation, 2-game suspension without pay. Second violation.
Can you get 2 games money back? That's all I'm saying.
6-game suspension without pay for the second. And the third, you get suspended for at least 1 year. That's from Adam Schefter. So the good news is the Lions, well, Jameson paid for 2 more games than he had to, but it's done. So they owe him 2 games pay.
Yeah, 100%. They do owe him 2 games pay, but I'm glad he'll probably just be happy to be playing. Kool-Aid, I want to come to you. Good to see you, brother. Glad to have you on the show. Big win to the Detroit Lions last night. But right now, it ain't about the Lions. It's about the Lions as a whole because they just got more hope with Jameson Williams coming back. What does this do with this offense that we've seen seem to go in the right direction?
I think it gives them the ability to just blow the top off of any defense that they play, man. They know that they have the ability to pass to Laporta, down the seams. They have the ability to hit St. Brown in the slant, out routes, things of that nature. You got Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond, but now you have that player that can just take a safety with you.
Yeah.
He can just get down the field, and we've seen that Jared Goff can make that throw.
Yeah.
So I am ecstatic about what this is going to do for the offense. I think it's going to open up things as well, just a little bit more for Jahmyr Gibbs in the passing game as well. If you can take some of those linebackers, make some of those safeties think when J-Mo's getting down the field.
I'm glad you said this. T, I want to come to you on this. With Jameson Williams now coming back, it seems like Ben Johnson has been trying to do what? Get Jahmyr Gibbs really comfortable. Yes, he had 80 yards to 1 game. Yes, he had 5 yards to carry last night. But as a whole package, he hasn't really got him comfortable. Now you get another weapon back. How is it going to look week 1? Do you think Ben Johnson will be able to get the guys the touches and figure that thing out? Because right now it's a lot.
Week 1, no.
Okay.
But eventually, yes. So I don't think Jameson Williams is going to have a good first game. Don't use that game as, he's a bust. Because he's been away from the team he hasn't practiced for a long time. I understand, yes, he's got 10 games to prepare, but guess who he's not going to be getting passes from? Probably not from Jared Goff. Because I think Dan Campbell gave the dudes a few days off, which they deserve, until they go to the Carolina game. So it's going to be a regular 1-week thing for him to get ready.
Yeah.
But one other thing, fellas, you know what the NFL is going to have to do?
What is the NFL going to have to do,
They're going to
Terry
have
Foster?
to do a Detroit Lions chapter in their rule books. Because you had the Calvin Johnson catch but no catch thing.
Very true.
Then,
the Dallas
Lions,
game.
Huh?
The Dallas game.
Yeah, the Dallas game. They changed rules for that.
Jameson gambling.
Jameson now, the gambling thing, they have to change rules for that. So they're going to have rules, Section 8, Chapter 3, Paragraph 12, and then eventually going to have Detroit Lions, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Paragraph 3. So it seems like rules always change after the Detroit Lions get screwed on.
Yeah, they do. And Maz,
That's a fact.
Maz, let's jump and try to do our picks real quick and kind of figure that out. But I will say this. The one thing I do like about the Jameson – go ahead, Maz.
No, I got nothing.
I was going to say the thing I like about the Jameson thing is it's the games coming up. He's got 10 days, and it's the Panthers. He's got another 7 days, and it's the Buccaneers. The 2 teams that he's coming back against, these are good teams to get you back acclimated, to get the system figured out by the time you go see the Ravens, which will be his 3rd game back.
Well, let me ask you this. He's got the hamstring injury, right?
Well, he had it.
Yeah, you think he's completely healthy by now?
Yes. Yeah.
That's the key.
100. Yeah.
I don't want him coming out there and injuring the hamstring again or the ACL or none of that.
He's not injuring anything. This guy is ready to go. This guy is a rocket ship that is his prime. It's
I can't
oil,
wait.
it's fuel, it's
I
jet.
can't-
He's
I
ready
can't
to
wait.
roll. He's ready to rock and roll.
I cannot wait, man. I mean, to see what they are now and what they do, just to have this kid on the field, just to put him on the field.
This is the one thing they didn't have. I mean, obviously they didn't have a number 2 receiver, but they're figuring out Josh Reynolds has definitely stepped up in that. But not only that, you didn't have a guy that can get down the field. When you watch these guys, you watch these teams that really have that offensive presence, you look at you like, damn, how are they putting up numbers? Or why does it look like that? Well, Jamar Chase can roll. Justin Jefferson can roll. Jalen Waddle can roll. Tariq Hill can roll. Stephon Diggs can roll. Devontae Adams deceptively can roll. These guys can get down the field, and now you got yourself one to complement what you already were doing. Tom, there are other games. Do we have time to pick them?
Or you want to take a break and come back and do them?
Yeah, let's get our last break
Let's
out
do
the
it.
way, and then we'll do 15 strong.
There we go.
We'll finish. We did Big Boy. Boom, we came back with Academy Moore. Let's do this fairway packing. And this will be a great weekend to get you some fairway packing because tomorrow's going to be a beautiful Saturday. I don't have fairway packing.
Well, yes, it definitely will be a good day to get some fairway packing because this weekend, as you said, Bray, it's going to be nice. It's going to be very amazing. But for over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. Experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks or order online at fairwaypacking.com. It's fairwaypacking.com.
Source aged prime cut to perfection.
All right, now I got Ryan's pick.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? Well, you expand, of course, and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn as well. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com, lesstanford.com.
Find new roads.
Find them.
All right, Tom, let's talk about some teams that need to find some roads to victories. It is Friday, so we will do our picks with special guests. My man in the red hat looking smooth over there, Terry Foster, Hall of Fame.
I got Ryan's picks as well. He sent them in to me. We're not doing great. You're leading, you and me, at 10 and 11, and Ryan's at 9 and 12. But we're going to turn it around starting here in week number 4.
Do it.
We started off with the high-flying Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills favored by 2.5. The Bills have owned this series against the Dolphins. They've won once in the last 10 games. And the spread is 2.5. The Bills are favored at home. Braylon.
Go Ryan, since he's not here.
Ryan?
Yeah,
sure.
do Ryan,
Ryan's pick was the Bills. Who's going to write these down?
I'll write them down.
All right.
I got you. All right,
so
here we go.
write them or go.
All
Ready?
right, Ryan, Bills. I'm going Dolphins.
Of course you are.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, this is why. And it's not because I'm believing the right now what's in front of my face. Last year, they almost beat the Bills with Skylar Thompson. Twice. So I'm sticking with that energy. I'm going Dolphins for me.
How about you, Terry?
I will go Bills. There's no, Dolphins, because they scored 70 points,
they're not going to roll like that again.
Well, they scored 35 in 2 games before that, too, though.
And they're at Buffalo, so I'm going to go Bills.
Okay, I would take the Bills here, but I think Braylon has shifted me with that last thing he just said to me. Give me the Dolphins.
All right.
I'll take the Dolphins. Here we go. Game number 2, the 2 winless teams.
Oh, this is
the Broncos at the Bears. The Bears are home, and they're underdog. They're getting 3.5. Ryan has the Bears.
So this is more so if you like. This isn't about the quarterbacks. This is who you believe in: Eberflus or Sean Payton. I believe in Sean Payton. I'm going Broncos.
You're taking Broncos. The Bears are a home underdog, Terry.
Yeah, I think Sean Payton is smelling his oats. He's not all that in the bag of chips, and he's getting his comeuppance. I'm going to take the Bears.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the Broncos should be favored over anyone, even the Bears. So give me Chicago at home, getting the points.
Ryan took
the Bears. Here we go. Game number 3. The 2 old Browns teams. The Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Browns a home favorite by 3. I will tell you, Ryan has chosen the Browns. Terry, the Browns are favored by 3 over the Ravens.
I have not believed in the Browns. They're making me a believer a little bit. I'm going to go Browns.
I will tell you this. Deshaun Watson has a shoulder injury. He's questionable. He says he's going to play.
Yeah, he's questionable, and I'm not talking about his injury status. I'm talking about him as a quarterback. He has not been the same quarterback. He just has not. Their defense is electric, but he's struggling right now. I'm going with Lamar Raven. Lamar Raven. There you
I'll
go.
take the Lamar Ravens as well.
Lamar Raven.
Give me the Lamar Ravens as well.
Right.
I don't see him losing. I don't see him losing 2 in a row.
All right.
Here we go. It's the Bengals.
Ryan had the Browns.
He's got the Browns.
Okay.
The Bengals got their first win with 50% Joe Burrow. Bengals at the Titans. Titans are a home underdog. They're getting 2.5. Ryan Ermanni takes the Titans. The Titans. Okay. So Terry Foster.
Some point, don't the Bengals have to start rolling?
Maybe.
And I think it's going to be here with the Titans. I'm taking the Bengals.
All right. Go ahead, buddy.
For me, it's just the Bengals. It's the Bengals. That Joe Burrow, his ankle bothered him last week. He still had 245 yards. And as long as they got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Joe Mixon, I ain't betting against them. So I take the Bengals.
I'll take the Titans because even though I picked the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, I don't think Joe makes it to the midseason part. I just don't think he
Jake
wins.
Browning coming in from Washington.
Jake Browning looks like he's going to be playing the rest of the year. You could book that. He ain't going to finish.
I'm glad I ain't
Give me the Titans. Here we go for the – this is a bad one. Well, this is a division game.
Okay.
You got the Commanders at the Eagles. The Eagles, unbeaten, favored by 8.5 at home.
Jeez.
Ryan Ermanni is taking the Eagles. So Washington getting 8.5, Terry, at Philly.
I don't like.
Where they booed Santa Claus.
I know that's what they did.
Whooped him.
I don't like big spreads.
I don't like big spreads.
But I'm going to take the big spread here. I'm going to go Eagles.
Eagles, okay.
I don't like big spreads, but I like big bread. I'm going to stay with the Eagles, too. I'm just looking at it like I tried the Commanders thing last week.
Yeah.
I was all gun-ho.
Oh, they got
6
crushed.
points. You know what? The hell with that, man. You fooled me once, shame on me. Shame on you. You fooled me twice, shame on me.
Oh, man.
Or the words down.
I want to take
push.
I want to take.
Can't get fooled again.
I want to take Washington so bad in this game.
Don't do it.
I'm taking them.
Oh, man.
Give me Washington and the running Ron Rivera.
Guess what? You can have them.
All right, here we go.
They stink.
Here we go. It's the Patriots at the Cowboys. Cowboys are favored by 6.5. Now, Ezekiel Elliott and the former quarterback for the Cowboys, the backup, is playing for the Patriots now.
Right.
So, of course, Dallas is thinking, oh, these guys are going to steal signs. We're going to change all offensive signs.
What is he going to tell you? That they suck in the red zone?
I don't
Dak's
know.
going to throw you a pick? What is Ezekiel Elliott going to tell them that they don't already know? Zach is going to give you the game in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
That's the only insight he has.
Give Ryan Ermanni the Cowboys.
Dak Prescott.
Ryan Ermanni has the Cowboys. Terry, Cowboys favored by 6.5.
Yeah, I don't buy all this signal stealing and inside information stuff. That's not going to work there.
No.
Belichick will figure a way to win.
You think? Cowboys coming off a loss to the Cardinals.
Don't care.
Okay, I just want to give you all the facts.
Maybe there's a flaw with the Cowboys. Maybe that's why they lost to the Cardinals.
Perhaps.
The
But
flaw is Trevon
Diggs.
Diggs.
6.5 points is a lot. I'm still going Cowboys though. The spread.
Hey,
Cowboys.
man, just
Give him the spread.
Pick your answer. What is it? What
He's
you going
he's
with?
taking Dallas.
He
I
taking
guess.
Dallas?
Yes.
Okay, got T down for Dallas. Tom Mazaway, it's up to you.
Give me the Patriots.
Give you the Pats. You trust Bill Belichick?
I do.
I wanted to take them so bad because you know who was one of my top 10 players, Matthew Judon. So I love that defense. Shout out to Detroit. But Bill Belichick doesn't believe in
Mac Jones?
No, he doesn't believe in dynamic, explosive offensive players. Who the hell they gonna beat the Cowboys with? Devontae Parker? Give me the Cowboys.
There's rumors about Mac Jones.
Mac Jones is gone.
There's rumors about that. He's not on solid ground over there.
He did 3 things last year. He kicked somebody in the nuts. He stepped on somebody's hand. He did something else. Then he complained to the refs this year. He did something last week. He's Matt Sue.
Damn.
He's Max Sue.
Hey, he could be. It could be the Zappy hour soon.
He could be a
Zappy.
good backup for Jared Goff.
Here we go for the final game of the week. It's the nightcap where Braylon could have went to this game.
Just don't tell anybody.
He's staying
man.
home.
I had family emergency.
I don't blame you staying home.
I had
It's
family
the
emergency.
Chiefs in Jersey against the Jets. The Jets,
I actually did.
a home underdog. No kidding. They are getting 8.5 points.
That's not enough.
Ryan Ermanni is taking the Chiefs.
That's not enough point. Why didn't they give them 40? Did you not see Zach Wilson for the last 3 weeks?
Ryan Ermanni's taking the Chiefs.
Man, give me. You know what? You can add a plus 8.5 to the Jets, and I'm still taking the Chiefs.
All right, write yourself down.
17.
Terry, 8.5.
This is the Swift Bowl. Kelsey's going to show out for her again. He'll get a
That's
couple
right.
touchdowns.
Taylor Swift will be in Jersey.
So I'm going to go KC.
I will throw a caveat for you, Tom Mazaway, before you pick. Taylor Swift will be there, but guess who else will be at the game?
Aaron Rodgers.
With no boot on.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Give me the Jets.
I knew Tom would like that. Aaron Rodgers,
Give
no
me the
boot.
Jets.
And what if Aaron Rodgers played this year somehow? What if somehow
my
they were in
God.
it and he played?
Oh my God.
Oh man,
That would be a
fantasies
dream
don't
come true.
Is he going to will them to victory with the boot on?
Hey,
Oh.
maybe. You know.
There's our pick segment, guys.
All right, I got the sheet.
We got Ryan. Ryan, even
Fold
though he got those picks in, thank you, Terry, for chipping in. But the story of the day, obviously, is Jamison Williams is going to be able to play for the Detroit Lions next week when they host the Carolina Panthers. Will they have a secret play for him where he gets away from the defense like he did last year, to 30 yards away from the defense?
So we always talk about the script.
Yeah.
We talk about the script in the NFL. This is now how you know the Detroit Lions are a real team. This is how you know the Detroit Lions are loved by the NFL. They're starting to become one of those other type teams, those special teams. Being in the NFL, there are special teams. There are teams the NFL is like, all of a sudden, hey, you know what? Detroit Lions looking good. How can we make them look a little bit better? What if we gave them Jamison Williams back? Let's change the rule and get. I'm telling you, the Detroit Lions, man, they're good on prime time. They're good for ratings. Everybody likes them. They like the coach.
They are liked.
This is real stuff.
They are like, Brett.
You know
Stuff
what?
like that don't
You
come
might
out
have
the blue.
something.
No,
Stuff like
no.
that
You might
don't
have
come
something.
Out, that don't come out the blue.
What he said is silly as hell,
Yeah.
but I believe it.
I do too.
That's stuff like that doesn't fall off a tree. Where the Detroit Lions beat the damn brakes off the Green Bay Packers on Thursday Night Football, and then on Friday, well, you know what Tom Pelissero just said, or Matthew Broder. Shout out to Matthew Broder for Bucking Story. We appreciate you, brother. Hey, look, man, this is good news for Detroit Lions. Hey, look, it's not the same old Lions. You're getting injuries going your way. You're getting rulings going your way. And you know what you're getting most of all? You're getting W's going your way.
You know what? You know.
Yeah, don't even say it,
the wide receiver corps now, all of a sudden, is kind of filled.
Yeah.
Who is not going to be getting as much playing time going forward?
We can say that. Let's say that for Monday.
All right.
Let's say that conversation for
All right.
Monday because there's still a lot of meat on
Someone's
the bone.
getting squeezed
because
out.
Lions aren't playing, so we're gonna be a lot of speculating
This
going
is
on
a
next
fun
week.
weekend just to chill
Yeah.
out and watch all the other games.
Hey, look, man, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Look at your Lions. Look at your Lions. You had faith. You believed in the Lions, and look where they are: 3-1, and arguably the second best team in the NFC, and maybe top 5, maybe, give or take. I think they are. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the week we've had. Thank you for supporting the pregame show, postgame show, all the shows on Woodward Sports Network. T. Falls, appreciate you, brother.
Pleasure. Absolutely.
Thank you for joining the
Hey,
final
the
word,
heavies
as
are
they
coming
say.
up next.
The heavies.
And then Booner and Broder
Oh, man.
at night, baby. They're going to be
Kool-Aid.
talking JMO.
Appreciate you,
You
brother.
know they're going to be talking JMO.
My man
They'll probably have
JB.
J-Mo on the show.
JB, we got to give you a promotion, a raise. We got to Venmo you something, Zelle you something, Cash App you something, take you to dinner. You do everything for the show. Nobody knows that in the middle of the show, Parker had an emergency. JB jumped out of one Clark Kent booth, jumped into the Superman booth, and went back and forth. And then Lucas came. Appreciate you, Lucas. And then my man Kool-Aid came. JB, you're one of a kind. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
The show will end with us saying, JB, we appreciate you. Go Lions!
Yeah, baby.
JB.